Hey, Travis. This is a huge question, and I think a lot of Christians, professing Christians today, would say, "Well, you don't really need the church." You sometimes hear people say things like, "You don't go to church, you are the church. I am the church." Now, that's not entirely true. I understand what people are trying to say there, but no individual is the church. The church is the body of Christ, and we are individually members of that body. This is what the Apostle Paul makes very clear in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. And there he teases out this idea that the reality is we need one another in the body of Christ. You're a hand or a foot or an eye. He uses the illustration of a body, and not one member of the body off on its own is healthy at all. We need each other to function properly. And so I, as a pastor, just emphasize, yes, you need the local church. If you're a Christian, but you're not a member of a local church, there is a problem. I'll just say it. And you have these exhortations all over the place in the New Testament, exhortations to fellowshipping, to being under the word. The assumption was that believers were baptized into these local bodies, into Christ and into these local bodies, these communities of faith where there was accountability, where there was governance, a plurality of elders, as I said earlier. Think about the exhortation that we read in Hebrews chapter 3, verse 12. It's so important for us to hear this. "Take care, brothers, lest there be in any of you an evil, unbelieving heart, leading you to fall away from the living God, but exhort one another every day, as long as it is called today, that none of you may be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin." The author of the Hebrews is making it very clear. You need each other. You need the body of Christ. You need that exhortation that comes from Christian fellowship. And that's why a little bit later in Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24, it says, "Let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near." Brothers and sisters, we need Christian fellowship. We need the church. Now, you can have, and you have to have, a personal relationship with Jesus. You personally have faith in him, but it isn't a private relationship with Jesus. That is, it isn't you by yourself on your own living the Christian life. We can't do that. Sin is so deceitful. We're so prone to wander. We need the body of Christ. Now, there is no perfect church, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of people just avoid church altogether. They say, well, there's no perfect church. I don't know where to go. But the fact of the matter is Jesus promised to build his church, and he is, wherever the gospel is being faithfully preached and people are gathering around his word to receive the gifts that he's given to his people. And so you need to be in a church, brother, and I hope that you do have a good local church that you go to, that you attend, and that's how God intends for you to grow and to continue to mature in the Christian life. And so for all of those listening right now who you don't have a good local church, make that a priority. Get plugged in and be under the ministry of the word where you can continue to flourish as a Christian.